gas tax to pay for more education? Specifically, would you support legislation that would increase the gas tax for education purposes? Why or why not? Mr. Attorney?
Well, I explained that I think we need to increase the gas tax for roads. When you raise the gas tax, it's already partly allocated towards education. So I think it's 25%, am I right? Yeah, 25% of the gas tax goes towards education. So by raising the gas tax, you'd be directing more money towards education as well.
Good.
As I said, I'm not for raising the gas tax, but I did want to respond to the rainy day fund issue that was not mentioned. We actually did take about 3.1 billion, 3.2 billion out of the rainy day fund to cover a shortfall in our past budget. And so when we get into session, we only have 4 months left in our 2-year biennium. And so we didn't have the money to cover our bills. That's when you use the rainy day fund, when you were in a position where if you don't take the money out, you can't pay your bills. So it wasn't like we didn't use any of the rainy day fund. We took about 1/3 of the money out. We used it as an emergency fund, just like you would do. If you had a shortfall on your budget and you owed money, you take money out of savings, but you don't use it for ongoing. You wouldn't use your savings necessarily for ongoing, monthly expenses, because then you're not going to have any savings. That's the whole point.
Okay, do you have?
Yeah, and I want to mention something here. I'm a pragmatic libertarian, which means while I mentioned before that I would be in favor of completely revising the tax system to be just a fair tax, consumption tax, I did want to mention that another possibility that it would favor in a step toward that would be putting in place a vehicle miles tax to replace the gas tax. If you're interested in this topic, it's a fascinating topic, and a work by a scholar at the Cato Institute, Randall O'Toole, has done some great work on this. And with the immediate concern on that is how does it preserve your liberty? Because there's some concerns about that. But the way that O'Toole has designed this system in Oregon, I think you should take a look at it, because it's a much more what's called efficient system, because it does get the money to whoever is actually using the roads at, let's say, peak time versus off-peak time. So it's a pretty interesting system.
Thank you, Ed. Next question, question 5. Ken is asking Jack